Thanks to 343 finally blessing us with the Forge Beta, we can finally lower our weapons properly. Sort of. So with the winter update, you would think, hey, maybe they finally fixed the Machinima mode option in the settings. Nope. We actually have to fix the coding ourselves in Forge. Yeah. If you don't want to be bothered with all the coding, don't worry though. The script has already been prefab, so you can just spawn it in Forge and it'll work. Just go over to the community tab, go to browse all, go over to keywords, type in lower, and a bunch will show up. Just make sure to click on the one that says best.
Because it is the best, because I made it.
No, I actually did look at the other ones. Let me show you the actual scripting. Once you're in a Forge canvas, hold down Q, or on controller, hold down Y to open up the node graph. Then in the node graph, click R, or on a controller, click X to open up the node menu. Then go down to Events Players and get On Player Mark. Once you have that, open the menu back up, go down to Inventory, go all the way to the bottom and grab Set Player Weapon Lowered. Once you have both of those, you just connect the top diamond and the player to the player, and you're done. When you ping, your weapon will lower. Now here's the funny part. You can't unlower. If you want to unlower, you're going to have to add more to the script. You're going to need 2 new nodes to do this. You need to go to Players and get is zoomed. And then you need to go to Logic and get a branch. Once you have those, you need to duplicate Set Player Weapon Lowered and then move them to be neat and tidy. Now take the on-player mark and connect its player into every other node's player. Then connect the on-player mark diamond to the branch diamond. Take the is zoomed and plug it into the condition. Then take the if true, plug it into the diamond on the weapon lowered. And take the if false and plug it into the other one. And now you click on the weapon lowered node, open back up the menu, and go over one. And then set it from default to false on the top one. Then on the bottom one, you want to set that one to true. This will allow you to raise your weapon when you aim and still be able to lower your weapon. You can actually do this with like any button. Like you don't have to do with the mark ping or with aiming in. You could make it where you crouch and you unlower, or crouching makes you lower. It doesn't matter. These are just the simple ones that most people do. Here is the version of the script I made. I added mark override to make it so it'd stop pinging areas whenever you lowered your weapon. And then I also made it so when you join the game or you respawn, you start lowered. That way you can get the animation, which I will now go into the glitches. Typically when you lower your weapon, you will no longer be able to see your weapon. To get it back, I made it in my script where if you aim in and while aiming in, you click up on D-pad, it'll bring your weapon back. If you want to have the animation, and you didn't get it when you started on the game, you have to, while lowering your weapon, die. And then the next time you respawn, you'll have your weapon lowered in first person. Like you'll be able to see it, you can unlower, and then lower again, and it'll work. Unfortunately, this is only for your primary weapon. Your secondary, if you switch to it, you won't be able to see it. When you lower, it'll be invisible still, and you can't do the dying glitch to get the animation. Weirdly though, if you're aiming in and then you click the weapon lower twice, it'll do the animation as long as you're zoomed in. I don't know, it's weird. Now the caveats to Forge weapon lowering is you have to be able to save the Forge map with the script on it to then do it in custom games. Well, we can't on dev-made maps yet. So to do that, you're going to have to film while in Forge. To get on a dev map, you just have to go to the community tab and go to popular maps and just click one of those maps and it'll open up in the custom games menu with a Forge game mode. And you can just start the game and you have Forge on a dev map. Yeah, this is the now current weapon lowering technique. Hopefully they fix in a future update, but who knows? I mean, if they haven't fixed it by now, they're probably not gonna. Let's be real.